Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how to add MFA to an AWS account. So if you just created your AWS account, you need to add the MFA multi-factor authenticator to it. So I'm going to come back to our sign-in page. For those of you who just created your account, click on sign in as root user, right? We did use from cloudlabs@gmail.com. This was the account I'm using. In my case, you usually have a different email account. This is just a temporary email. So the password was saved on my browser, so it has been automatically added as well. Hopefully you still have yours. So we want to add MFA. So now when I go to signing in, it's going to ask me for the device name. I'm just going to give it any name, but here I'll call it Google Authenticator, and I'll call it AWS 1 root, because I want that to identify to the root account. I'll pick the second option, Authenticator app. There are different versions here: passkey or security key, hardware, TOTP token. I'm using the Authenticator app because I believe you have watched the first video where I did walk you through how to set up the Google Authenticator Chrome extension. If you have not yet done so, I will request you watch that video before you sign up for your AWS account. So once I have given the device name, I'll choose Authenticator app, I move to next, and I'll have this setup Authenticator app. Install a compatible application such as Google Authenticator compatible application. I have that already on my browser. I need to show the QR code here because I need to scan this. So how am I going to scan this? Go to the Chrome extension, click on the Authenticator. When it comes up, if you look on the right, there's a scan QR code. You see it's here. I'm going to click this and it's going to be activated, and I'll need to select the area of the square where I have the QR code and release that. So I'll click on it. I'll come here. I'll select this area, and once I've selected all of it, I'm going to release my mouse. It has not worked the first time. Don't panic. We'll try again. Again, I'm clicking on the QR code. All I need to do is scan this. Now, on recognized QR code, this can happen. So it's good it's happening while I'm doing this video, so you don't panic alone. I'm going to try that again. I'm going to scan the entire square. And now it has worked, right? Google Authenticator AWS root has been added. All I need to do is click OK. And if I go back to my Google Authenticator, I see that there is actually some codes now being running. All right, these are the codes I'm going to use. If you notice, when you have the first code, there is actually a transition. It stays for 30 seconds, about 30 seconds, I'm sure. And then it will switch to new code. So what I have to do is make sure that I copy this first code, put it here for the first, and then the second code. This has to happen in sequence, right? So I'll wait for this to expire. It's expiring. I'll have a new set of codes. Right now it's blue, and you see this going down. I'm going to click on this. If I click on it, because this is the first time I'm going to do so, it's requesting additional permissions, whether to copy and paste. I'll say allow. Then I'm going to come back to the Authenticator. I'm going to click now. It has copied. I'm going to put that here. That's the first code. I'll open the Authenticator again. I'll wait for this to change. It's changing already. I have new codes. I'm going to copy that, and by clicking on it. So when I click, it copies, and then I bring it to the second code, paste, and I'll click on register MFA. Right? If I click on that, I'll now have set up virtual MFA device. This has been successful. I can now continue to the console. So I've successfully added MFA into my root account. How do I verify that? I'm going to sign out, and then when I try to sign in now, I'll see the difference, right? So go ahead. If you have successfully set up MFA, one thing I have to say is do not panic each time you click on the authenticator and you are doing something and then it disappears. Don't panic, just come back and open it, right? But if I sign out now, I'll realize that to sign in, I'll need the code. If I go to sign in, I'm going to say sign in using root email. I'm using the from Cloud Labs. I'll sign in. Now it's asking me for an MFA code. Before I didn't have this. So where do I get this code from? Again, I'm coming to the authenticator. New codes are always generated. If I come here, the one that comes up, I click, that's copied, and I add here and submit. That should be correct, and then I'm able to sign in. So that is how I can now sign using MFA. So what's very important is if you don't have access to your MFA codes, you cannot sign into your account. That is why you remember when we were setting up the Google Authenticator Chrome extension, there were some emphasis on never reinstalling your extension. So never delete that. Make sure that you always have access to it. If you have set up security, you should make sure that you never forget the password, because if you cannot access your codes, you will not be able to ever sign in to your AWS account, right? So that's the security comes with some difficulties there, but with some challenges, but that is what works best. One thing before we go, I want us to change is, if you look at the Google Authenticator, it has Amazon Web Services. This is not enough for me. I want it to be more specific. I want to know this is for the root. I know I did give this name here. I want to have the entire account ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'll copy the account ID. Then I'm going to come to the authenticator, and you see this pencil option. I'll edit and I'll call it root. I'll put a dash for this account, and I'll say AWS. So I know that this set of codes are for the root account with the account ID for AWS. If I click on the sign here, this has completely been saved. So that was it. Go ahead and sign out, and then we are going to see how to create an IAM admin, as well as set up the Google Authenticator for IAM admin. So thanks for watching, and come back for more videos. Bye.